many people don't know that the third evolution of Squirtle is Rosa Ertl. And Squirtle evolves into the wise and powerful Rosa Ertl. In the next section, we're going to go through how to locate, test mastery and performance on previous things. And again, keep in mind, the district does not have all the data uploaded. That's a work in progress. But as a math teacher and as core teachers in a variety of subjects and elective teachers as well, understanding where our students have mastered things and where they haven't is critical. So I want you to look at, we're in the, again, the classrooms tab. We're in the student performance section. And this time, instead of the student list, we're in the standards mastery section. And, you know, like any browser interface, I have my class selected, all my Algebra 2 students, and there's nothing I can do here, so I don't sweat it. All right? And the test name, you'll notice there's lots of different choices here. Some of them have data in the system, some of them don't, but you can see the power of being able to access all this information in a quick fashion. Here's my AZ Merit Math. Remember, if I get nothing, I'm going to make sure that I've got all students chosen. And what I can see here is AZ Merit. I chose this the first time I was poking around, and when I chose this date, I didn't get any information. So make sure you got all students selected, and there's even a new testing date uploaded from when I was playing around here yesterday. So make sure you choose the date that you're looking for. It'll give you information, and as you scroll down, you can notice that my Algebra 2 is going to be a lot of fun this year based on proficiency levels of this group of students in the previous courses. Now, keep in mind, anything blue is a link, so when you hover on it, it's going to give you specific information about that exact assessment. So here, I'm going to click on 4, and what it does for me at this point is it breaks it down by the performance. And now I can see out of all of my Algebra 2 students on the AZ Merit Geometry test, which would have been the last AZ Merit they took before taking Algebra 2, I see their proficiency levels. And that helps me plan and target instructional strategies, remediation. I'm going to be able to assign them into groups and target instruction in a more effective way. So that's a pretty good, powerful tool right there. And it can bring you great news, it can bring you bad news, but either way, knowledge is power. I'm clicking the back to the previous page. And when I'm looking here, that time I clicked on a number, which gave me student information. If I click on the Algebra 1 test title, it breaks down the subsections of that exam. And it now gives me specific information about the algebra objectives and the functions objectives and the statistics objectives. And again, I'll see the breakdown on statistics for the number of students who took it during that test date. Remember, that's a specific test date, but I can see where my students individually fell on that exact exam. So keep in mind, anything that is blue is a link and it provides information. We can get right back to that student's specific info by clicking on the student themselves. And we're right back to kind of where we were when we were looking through the student list information. So that student's name is pretty much typically always linked back to their profile in the student list. So as a reminder, we were in classroom student performance. We clicked on student performance. In order to know things about my class as a group, I was in standards mastery. Once I got there, there was a bunch of linked informations. I could check other tests and find out how they did in science, find out how they did in English and language arts. This list is going to grow as more data is implemented or added to the system. So you got one last Pokemon to find, and that is the most famous of them all. It will be the Pikachu.